Greetings. This episode relates Sir Francis Drake as he set out to circumnavigate the earth. Sir Francis Drake departed from Plymouth, England on his great voyage to circumnavigate the earth on November the 15th, 1577. Sir Francis Drake lived from about 1540 through January the 27th, 1596. The oldest of 12 children born of Edmund Drake and his wife, Mary Wiley, Francis was native to Tavistock, Devon, England. His family fled Tavistock due to religious persecution, taking refuge in Kent. Edmund apprenticed to St. Francis to a shipmaster of a bark that transported goods between France and England. The shipmaster, pleased with Drake's performance, gave the bark to him when he died. Drake accompanied his second cousin, John Hawkins, on his second voyage in 1564. This was Drake's first voyage to the Americas. He would accompany Hawkins again in 1568. He made a name for himself on his first solo expedition in 1572, when he defied odds and escaped death to bring a load of Spanish gold into the Plymouth port. Queen Elizabeth picked him to lead an effort to become the first Englishman to circumnavigate the earth. The expedition left England on November the 15th, 1577, on the Golden Hind, accompanied by 4 other ships, the Christopher, Swan, Mary, and the Marigold. Storms forced Drake's fleet to seek haven at the harbor of Falmouth. From there, the fleet returned to Plymouth to refit the ships and resupply. He added a 6th ship to his flotilla, the Mary. Drake would depart a second time on December the 13th, 1577. Later in the voyage, Drake would rename that ship. He would rename the Pelican the Golden Hind. Storms and conflict would reduce his fleet to the Hind by the time he returned to Plymouth in 1580. On August the 20th, 1578, his fleet reached the Straits of Magellan. It would take 16 days to make the crossing. 2 of his ships were lost in the violent storms, while another returned to England. Drake sailed up the South American coast, raiding previously unmolested Spanish settlements as he went. His raids unsettled the Spanish, who had not prepared for defense. On June 17th, Drake pulled into a harbor on the California coast. He nailed a brass plate to a tree and claimed the area for England. Historians are unable to determine the exact location where he landed, but have deduced from his descriptions it was probably Drake's Bay, just north of San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. No one has ever found the plate. He remained in the area, exploring as far north as Vancouver, before returning to this bay for reprovision and to repair his ship. He departed the California coast on July the 23rd, 1579, to cross the Pacific Ocean. After enduring hardships beyond measure and losing all his ships except the Hind, the Drake sailed back to Plymouth Harbor on September the 26th, 1580. He carried a load of Spanish treasures that was priceless. The Queen's percentage alone far exceeded her normal annual income. She gave him a jewel portrait, an unusual gift for a man of commoner birth. She would knight him aboard the Golden Hind the next year. The next episode deals with the voyage of Sir Humphrey Gilbert.